The race is never over till the winner picker shines. And we're going to come back with more IHRA Championship drag racing as we go into alcohol and sportsman finals at the Summer Nationals after these messages. Raceway, Atco, New Jersey. John Lundberg along with Brett Kepner and Pat Patterson, and that's alcohol funny car finals. Coming up, Dal Denton, #1 qualifier in the program in the Nashville Lighting and Fans Sudden Pleasure Car. Here's Ace Manzo. First round, second round. Low elapsed time of the round. Really dialed into the course today. Denton has got his work cut out for him on this round. Wouldn't you know it, it's the final, Brett.
Well, I'll tell you, Dal Denton has already won 3 IHRA National Championship events this year. He is by far the winningest racer this season. At the last race of the season, the Spring Nationals in Bristol, Tennessee, he stole the points lead from Arnie Karp and then beat Arnie Karp in the second round. So Dal is right now literally on top of the world. Heating the tires in the beautifully sculptured Pontiac. Frank Manzo does the same. And John, there's something else you have to remember now that we're into the final rounds for most of our categories. Backing up is one of 3 machines from the Keystone Automotive Warehouse, Hurst Shifters Key Auto Parts Motorcraft team of Joe Amato, Bruce Larson, and Frank Manzo. For the first time in drag racing history, 3 cars from the same racing team have all made the finals of a professional category at one event.
Interesting point, and of course, realistically, you could kind of figure that it might happen because all of these guys cut their teeth at Atco Raceway in the 1960s and literally have 20 years of racing experience right here in this racetrack.
That's an excellent point that really didn't even occur to me. Dal Denton, in fact, is racing for the first time ever at this track, and he's in the final. Frank Manzo ran a career best 6:25 in the first round. Dal Denton qualified at 6:24. This should be a race, John.
They're ready to move. Out of the chute they go. The Texan is hole shotted by Manzo. Here comes the Thunderbird, and he wins. Wow, what a drag race. 6:28 to a quicker 6:26 by Denton, and Manzo wins the bracket for Keystone Automotive Warehouse.
0.07 of a second off the line did it. Pat Patterson is with a very excited Frank Manzo.
Good run for you. Good race between you and Denton.
Yes, very good race. I'm very happy the way the track here at Atco Dragway is well prepared, so give the racers a fair chance as far as which lane you would be in, the left lane or right lane. I think the lanes are been even all week.
What kind of shot do you think you had coming into this, Frank?
Not very good. We've been having a lot of problems with head gaskets, banging blowers on the car. We had a fuel system problem, and we had a lot of cross-firing because we're one of the very few cars that run a dual mag setup on an alcohol funny car. We had some cross-firing, and we seemed to figure it all out last night on a test run. We made a half pass, and the car was making a good run, and I didn't feel comfortable, so I shut it off because it was so late. And we felt pretty comfortable this morning. We felt that if we could go fast enough the first run against Newbury, maybe we continue on to win the race.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Here's the final round in top alcohol dragster. Brett, as Fred Arberg prepares to do his burnout.
You know, John, Arberg moves in against Denny Lucas, the Spring Nationals runner-up here for this race. And this class, especially at this event, has become a rather unlikely place for development by the manufacturers in engines. Whereas the nitro classes are dominated by the Chrysler Hemi engine. We had 4 Chrysler Hemis in this class, 1 Chevrolet, 1 Oldsmobile, Fred Arberg's Pontiac, and a Ford here in the dragster class.
The Winston World Champion, Denny Lucas, for 1987 against Fred Arberg. They're out of the gate. Arberg executes an almost 1/8 of a second lead, but here comes Lucas, and he wins top alcohol dragster. Denny Lucas drives around Arberg with a 6:41.213 victory to Arberg's 6:65.204.08. And here is Pat Patterson with winner Denny Lucas.
You got to be pleased.
Oh, we're happy. We didn't hurt anything all weekend, and we learned a lot from this race. So
Tell me about this last pass.
we still getting loose on the top end. I couldn't even get the clutch locked up on that pass. It was out of control, you know, just getting out of the groove. We got clear off the concrete pad, and we just had to try driving the best we could. So
Congratulations.
thank you very much.
From professional to sportsman drag racing, here are the finals, starting with a 1290 class Brett and a Corvette against a 302 Comet.
You couldn't ask for a stranger battle. Now, Mark Brule, the Ontario, Canada driver of the 65 Comet, is racing a $30,000 Corvette of New York racer Joe De Niro. The objective here to run 12.90 seconds and beat the other guy. The Canadian in the Mercury goes dead on, as they say in the sport. 12.905 seconds for his first national event win.
In the 1190 class, we have this car, the 66 small block Chevy 2 of Ben Saya, Delran, New Jersey, against the AMC Hornet of John Boyer.
Boyer's Mongrel has won a phenomenal amount of money here at Atco, but off the line draws a red light. He won the Spring Nationals here in his second final round ever. He loses out. The Chevy 2 racer Ben Saya takes his first national event win, 0.02 of a second over the index.
Well, here's the 1090 class final and a pair of 67 Camaros. One from New Jersey, one from Virginia. We're looking at Ricky Hall, ready to sprint down the quarter mile with Tony Gambardella. And as they sprint away from the starting line, Hall executes a 27,000 lead. Now, as they reach the end of the quarter mile, the winner is Ricky Hall. And Hall, 10.77.2 against Gambardella's quicker 10.73. The whole shot did it.
Here's a classic, John. 990 final, Ford versus Chevrolet. The Ford Pinto with a 460 Ford wedge motor of Pat O'Brien from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, leaves the line with Glenn Norton, a two-time IHRA national event winner in his 81 Camaro. Norton gets a 0.03 of a second hole shot. The Ford makes the move, and the Ford gets there first, but it goes 9.892 seconds on a 990 index. 0.08 of a second too quick.
890 final. Joe Ravello, Old Forge, Pennsylvania in the dragster. A crowd favorite. Wheel standing oval. Gets him up again. He's out of the gate as he sprints down the quarter mile. A foul by the dragster makes the booth win Pennsylvania Opal of Dennis Bartucci a winner. At the quarter mile, Bartucci's time, 8:88 at 1:48.27. Now in the 790 class, it's going to be John Crawford, Crawfish, against Jim Barker's gorgeous dragster, Brett.
Crawfish, the runner-up at Bristol at the Spring Nationals. Barker in the far lane in probably the most incredibly engineered dragster we have seen in years. An amazing piece of equipment. 170-mile-an-hour battle puts Crawfish in the winner's circle. Finally, the Florida racer, after a runner-up at Bristol, makes it back.
Here's factory modified, and look at this. Two cars from ICS Racer State against one another. Bob Benza against Dave Northrup. They're ready to sprint away with small block Pontiacs, and they sprint up the starting line. Whole shot to Benza as he sprints down the quarter mile at speed. Winner is Benza. The elapsed time for the victor is 8:80 at 153.58. 6 races, 6 winners in factory modified, Brett.
An incredible class, but here's another wild one. Top Sportsman. You're looking at Ronnie Hood in Alfred Walker's 81 Camaro against defending champion Terry Sinke. Hood in the Camaro, a 1,200 horsepower Pro Stocker, basically wheels up and all over the track. He has to shut down from tire shake. Terry Sinke's rear-engine dragster from Baltimore wins its second Summer Nationals title in a row. John, when was the last time you saw a Sportsman car shut off because of tire shake?
Incredible. More coming up. Funny Car and Pro Stock Finals following these messages.